I've always felt like a lovely voice was a gift from God. To me, when I sing to God, I feel like I'm praying twice.
I need music to hear, to uplift me, to educate me, to help me go beyond myself to the God who calls us to prayer, to the beautification of the service, not through just ritual art, but through ritual music that just takes me to another plane of being.
Well, there are 1,000-year-old passages in the Jewish tradition that describe music as the ultimate form of prayer.
Oh, music is everything. Always, it's just everything.
You could take the most beautiful bumping up of spoken syllables next to each other, and it will not compare to the way that music can lift the human soul and spirit.
Choir was always a very important part of my life.
Two primary forms of spirituality: music and silence.
It's hard to talk about Jewish spirituality without speaking of Jewish music. The word is so important in Jewish life, and music illuminates those words.
Music is my main focus, and the choir has always meant so much to me.
It was like there was just no thinking about it. There's a junior choir, I want to sing in it. And I did.
One day I got a phone call from Rabbi Lefkowitz's wife, Sadie, and she said it was my duty as a young wife in the congregation to sing with the sisterhood ladies that were the age of my grandmother. And here I was 19, and that was some experience for me.
And she had these girls, she called them. Of course, they were all 65 or over, but they sang every Saturday morning.
I was at the first meeting when Rabbi Olin brought Sam Adler to Dallas.
In late February, I put out a call for an adult choir.
There were 4 of us who met with Sam Adler
And started the Temple Eman-el Choir.
And by Passover, which was at that year in April, we had enough, about 16, and we sang a Passover service. That was the extent of the choir until the high holidays of 1953. And from then on, we sang every Friday night service and, of course, all holiday services.
I loved it because we had a great director, and his name was Sam Adler.
When I think of music at Temple Eman-el, I immediately think of Sam Adler.
The most influence on me had to be Samuel Adler.
And he was a joy.
We were really pushed to the limits by Sam.
It took us to heights that were just unbelievable.
When the men would sing something that didn't come out quite right, Sam would say, "What are you men singing?" And he'd stomp his feet, like we always teased him that he was this rigid German, and he was.
And I had a crush on him, everybody did. All the women had a crush on him, no matter what age they were.
This was the finest Jewish music anywhere.
All the great composers of synagogue music came to Dallas because we were the only choir that could handle their music.
Temple Eman-el created a Center for Jewish Music unlike any other because there was virtually no other place that had leadership of this caliber.
My vision was he would do the very best music written for the synagogue in the 20th century. And we did that. We brought composers from all over.
Nowhere in North America, and I don't think that our people in Dallas even realize this, was there comparable music at such a high musical standard. That's not to diminish any other synagogue's music. It's simply to say this was something different. It was not replicated anywhere else. It has not been replicated anywhere else. And I am sorry to say, one of my regrets is that there is no choir like it in any synagogue in North America today.
This congregation is very special, and was when I came, because members were leaders in the arts community, and they were very, very supportive of music and artistic expression.
I can't say enough about Simon Sargon. Everyone loved this man.
You see, I couldn't be a cantor because I don't have a voice, but I could fulfill the cantor's role of being the representative of the congregation to God, because I could make the choir speak for me and sing for me and convey the depths of what I felt about these prayers, even if I couldn't with my voice.
So it's not just the grandeur of the music, it was the grandeur of the human soul which came through because of Simon and everything he did.
We never sang a song in ignorance. To sing it with feeling, with emotion, you had to know what you were singing.
I remember doing a piece of Simon's. It was a brand new piece, and it was Matovu.
Rehearsal was not just correcting wrong notes, it was opening up to an entire exploration of Jewish liturgy and Jewish prayer.
You know, you're not just saying Matovu, but you're saying Matovu.
There was not one session with the choir that went by, one rehearsal, without Simon actually teaching them the meaning of the text, how it came to be in the prayer book, what it could mean, and how they could use it.
And because when we're saying the words with the feeling behind it, the congregation is feeling it too.
Your name, Rosalie?
Hi, Rosalie Alexander.
And then we started going on trips out of the country. We went to Israel.
I'm Sarah Yaron.
Everybody had such a good time.
So whether it's being an ambassador just a few miles away downtown, or traveling to Israel, or to Budapest, or to Vienna, or to all the places they've been, and offering that, it's not just, hey, look at us. It's a gift that this congregation, that these members of the choir give to the worldwide Jewish community.
Hi.
Give me your name. Thank you, Blanche.
Carol Green.
Your name?
Sandra Fox.
Thank you.
And those trips were wonderful. We got to really know one another when you're in, you know, every day you see people when they're good and when they're bad, and you love them anyway.
I had put together a program very carefully of Israeli music, Yiddish music, and American Jewish music to offer to Israeli audiences. It was the time when Dynasty was so big, and in Israel, Tuesday night or whatever night it was, the whole country went dark watching Dynasty.
Rabbi Olin, when I first came there, said, look, Sam, if you don't sing a great anthem before I get up to speak, I just can't hold a sermon. And that was my criteria.
If my leadership touched anyone, in good measure it was because I was uplifted by the music of the songs and the souls of the choir members.
So to watch the faces in the congregation, to watch people's shoulders relax as the sound soothes them, is sort of ballet. And we get to see it. It's our privilege. And so we're able to actually witness the impact of the sound on the worshiper.
You could just feel the congregation hearing it and breathing it and looking up, and even more so because they're very big on community singing and everybody joining in. And there are the times where the congregation listens and lets the mood fall all over them, and there's the times where the congregation joins and sings with us.
There are really two great traditions that we are heirs to. One is the role of music in giving us a sense of the transcendent God, of the transcendent spirituality, that which uplifts us and takes us beyond where we are. That's one thing. And that the choir and the choral tradition at Emmanuel was about. There's another need we have, to be able to sing and share our own souls in prayer, to clap, to participate, and to get rid of some of the Jewish stiffness and lack of rhythm, which sometimes exemplifies some of the things we do.
The insistence on keeping the choir in the mix and not seeing contemporary worship and choral contribution as somehow mutually exclusive. That is where we lead.
I think the answer for the modern world is both, not just one.
My hope for the future is that we will not sustain the choir, but that we will sustain choirs and choirs and choirs.